Hello, pilots, and welcome back to Flight Academy Season 3. As always, my name is Phil, and today we have Game 11 of Group 2 for you. Format rules are in the description below, but joining me for this we have...
Hi guys, it's Amy. I'm back again.
Hey Amy, welcome back. We have some more action for you in our second group. Looks like they're getting straight into it, so let's run through those lists. Who's on the left and what are they flying?
So on the left we have Fraser, and he is flying the Grand Inquisitor with extreme maneuvers, fire control system, and concussion missiles.
Not a lot on there considering the last list we went through. Very few upgrades there. And even less on the other side, we have Rich running Sunfac in the Nantex with Gravitic Deflection and Ensnare. And I'm not going to lie, Gravitic Deflection might be one of my favourite upgrades to say, because it doesn't roll off the tongue, but it does sound pretty cool.
It does sound cool. I think my favourite scum-wise it's always got to be Dead Man Switch.
I mean, that just sounds fun. Like,
it's awesome.
I mean, we know how much you like Dead Man Switch, but it sounds fun and is a fun card. But you know what? Because we don't see the Nantex very often, let's quickly run through what those upgrades actually do, because I'm pretty sure extreme maneuvers, fire control, concussion, we're quite used to those by now. But some facts upgrades, he's got Gravitic Deflection. While you defend, you may reroll one defense dice for each tractored ship in the attack arc, which is going to be pretty good because this ship loves to tractor. And Ensnare, at the end of the activation phase, if you are tractored, you may choose one ship in your turret arc at range 0 to 1 and transfer one tractor token to it. I mean, if those two weren't a match made in heaven for each other, then I don't know what other upgrades are, really. So,
no, it is awesome.
They're obviously, they can only be used on the Nantex, and there's a very specific reason for that, is because that is kind of how you make the Nantex work. And then when you've got Sunfac, while you perform a primary attack, if the defender is tractored, roll one additional attack die. You can see kind of where this ship is vibing. So it's very good and very powerful on this ship. Tricky to use. I think I've said it quite a few times, but when it's done right, it is incredible. I think one of the biggest things, though, is getting your strategy in place, because you've got to rotate that arc to get that tractor, and obviously you have to rotate it to a different point. You can't just go, oh, I'm going to 360 tractor scope you. You have to actually move it, so you kind of have to plan in advance. So we see here tractoring to the right there, not going to be able to pass it off onto Fraser, but giving himself a shot in that turret arc. And looking like he's avoiding the obstacle there as well, so it's not obstructed. Just the one crit going through. You'd think that the Grand Inquisitor should be okay here, and indeed he is. But I think it goes without saying, I think I know which of these two ships you are most likely to fly, and I don't think it's the Nantex. Would that be right?
Yeah. I mean, the Grand Inquisitor, I mean, that ship is one of the first ships that I ever bought, apart from the Phantom and, of course, the Corset. And I just love that ship. It just looks so sexy. It's got curves. Literally, it's got curved foils. And it's so much fun to fly as well.
I do agree. I think it is a very cool ship, and I've had some really good fun flying that ship, especially with the Grand Inquisitor, the 2-Force, and his ability. It really works with that chassis. I think it could work with quite a few chassis, but especially that one. I really like the build that Fraser's got on here because extreme maneuvers can make this ship incredibly maneuverable. I mean, you can do the weirdest little S turn with it by doing a one hard and then extreme maneuvering the other way. And it's just absolutely crazy and looks really cool. But you can do stuff like that. You can do like a little one bank, barrel roll across, and most likely get a focus and a stress. Yeah, absolutely brilliant.
It's basically like the Force version of Sunter Fell, which makes me love it.
Oh, Soon Tiff Fell with the Force would be great. I mean, we're getting Second Sister, so that's going to be quite good. Yeah, it's not far off. I think one of the key differences is obviously the Interceptor. It's got your classic sort of like fast Interceptor dial, like the same way as the A-Wing has, in that the twos are all blue. Similar, if I remember rightly, and don't crucify me in the comments, but the Fang Fighter as well. They live on their 2-speed maneuvers. So they're like get in fast, maneuver around, get out. Whereas the TIE Advanced prototype, it likes to get in and then stick in. So that's where it's different, because it's got those really nice short maneuvers that it can do. So it likes to get to the enemy and then stick on them really well, which is something I do like. But what I do also like is the use of that tractor and getting that rotate on. Subtle fact there. Oh, tractor transfer as well, so he's going to be able to roll an additional dice. That is perfect. He rolls an additional dice, and Fraser rolls one less because he's tractored. Now, Fraser can actually spend a force and negate the range 1 bonus, though, with Grand Inquisitor, which is quite rude, but also very cool at the same time. I would like to see some more pilots for the V1. Just adding, I think there's 5 pilots for the V1 at the moment, but it'd be nice to see like maybe one more, just to sort of spread out some of the abilities a little bit. Or even just to see the transport from Obi-Wan. That would be a cool ship.
Oh yeah, that would be quite nice.
2 hits. Spare that focus is laughing it off. Negating that range 1 was absolutely key there, I think, for Fraser. Just having to lose 1 defense dice and then come up against 1 more attack dice would have been very painful. Hey, there we go, the 1 hard. Now this is where it's tricky. Which way is Rich going? Actually can't tell on the dot. Oh, the other way. Well, Rich's maneuvers have been in the absolute right direction for him the whole way round. He's got the arc already over there. He'd dearly love to get that tractor on, but also doesn't want to rotate the arc and lose the shot, because he can't put the turret in the back. So it might just be disengaging there, it would appear. Interesting. I don't think I would have done that.
No.
I actually think I would have just taken the focus and stayed there and got a shot whilst you had the opportunity.
Yeah, I think I agree. I mean, I'm still getting used to the Nantex in general. I fly some Separatists, but the Nantex I haven't really seen too much. And especially now with the Inquisitor coming in behind, yeah, I think I maybe would have stayed in and
Yeah.
had a
I
shot.
mean, I've got the Nantex, but I've never actually flown it. It's one of the few ships in my collection I haven't flown. And it was one I was knowing that I was going to get all the ships anyway because I'm a massive nerd and I wanted everything. It was the one I was most reluctant to actually purchase for myself. So I was quite happy when I got it for Christmas because there was a part of me going, I want it, but the pack isn't particularly valuable in a way because you don't get many upgrade cards in there. It's quite a small ship and it's not one I was going to use very often. So it was quite nice when I got it as a Christmas present. I probably should try and write a list with it in because they are now better in 2.5 with the options of having a modification slot on there, which it dearly needed. So they're not basically just only running gravitic deflection in snare anymore. Hey, there we go. There's the S loop I sort of said about earlier. One to the left, one to the right. Very cat and mouse, this. I think Rich just needs to try and get in there and get a shot now because if he tries to avoid being shot, it's not going to work. He can't get out of the Grand Inquisitor's arc, so he is going long range and turning the arc away. That's not going to help. That evade might help, but I don't think going that way is going to be as beneficial as Rich would have thought.
Yeah, it seems as if he's taken the scenic route.
Yeah, because obviously the Grand Inquisitor can spend a force to make that a range one shot, which he has done, and it's got the half points there as well now. It's got 2 damage through. Rich needs to really come in aggressive now. See if he can line up a bullseye, get the tractor on Fraser for a 5 dice range one shot. Well, Fraser will spend the force, so a 4 dice range one shot. And I think he could do it. Possibly not now. That extreme maneuvers boost round gonna make it tricky. One hard. I don't. Oh, it's in such an awkward position. I don't know if he. Okay. So tractor himself forward, rotating to the right. Gonna pass that tractor across. I anticipate. Yep. Will Fraser negate the range one? Yes, he does. So just 3 dice. No force to spend for the Grand Inquisitor, but he does have the focus. Ah, only 1 focus. Got to hope for a blank out now, but that's not ideal. Nope. Fraser is fine, and this is going to be the last round now for them. So Rich needs something quite amazing now to bring this back. If Rich can manage a range one shot with the bullseye right now, that would be ideal, because Fraser has no way of negating that range one. Nope. That is not ideal. With not being able to put the arc in the rear, no way of getting a shot there, so yeah, can't quite get far enough back to get that shot. Yeah. Yeah, called it as out there, so no shot, unfortunately, for Rich. So Fraser does take that in the end, getting a very important 3 points there in their final game. So let's have a quick look and see how that affects the table. So sitting quite nicely at the top, we've got Fraser having played all of his games with 4 wins and 3 kills. So a very powerful 15 points. Scott in second with 12 with a game to play. Gruff in third with 7, again, game to play. And Rich there with 6 points at the end. So that is going to be his final position, unfortunately. But Amy, thank you very much for joining us for that one. I hope the Grand Inquisitor lived up to your expectations.
It definitely did, as always. Thank you for having me.
No worries. But guys, thank you very much for watching. Only 3 games left of the group stages now, and then we will know all of our finalists. But don't forget, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we will see you next time.